Hi, it's Dr. Sharon. I am doing Facebook Live, waiting on you guys to come on board. I got a little contraption here. Let's see, where y'all at? Y'all up? I'm waiting for my first person to come on as I get this little phone right. Let's see. What am I doing? I hate that was a little phone call interruption. But anyway, here we go. Who's on? Is it too early? I'm not sure. Happy Saturday. Y'all asked for it. I'm doing it. Let's go. I'm trying to look at my computer screen and look at my Facebook Live post. It's a little rough. Let's see. Where y'all at? Okay, so I see some people on. Great. Holla at your girl. Who's on? Who's on? Who's on? All right. So now, this is what we're going to talk about. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because, like I have done before, I have doctors on another feed who are telling me what they want you to know as it relates to health and wellness around the holiday. And we going for it. All right? All right. So this Facebook post, and I've gotten your questions from this week. I've been very busy and all that. Hi, Dr. Warren Jones, my guy. What's up, Dr. Jones? One of my mentors and my heroes. Family physician. What you want the people to know about the holiday and what they need to do? I'm just saying. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving holidays, prep and all that. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I am a Southern girl. And my family is making the caravan ride up north this year to the girl's house. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have to pack all my pots and pans because my sister-in-laws don't cook. I cook and all that stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And it is hi Sherry Atwell, homegirl. But really we want to talk about kind of Thanksgiving, how to do prep and all of that, and how to make good adjustments. I'm from the South, so I can't feed my family no vegetarian Thanksgiving and live. You cannot do that. So, but how do you make adjustments? The other thing is I'm answering questions. I have some doctors on a private page that are going to be chiming in. My Mocha docs, go ahead, chime in. Tell me what y'all talking about, what you think. And this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So first of all, I want you to know it's so important. And so I am Dr. Sharon, and I'm always going to talk about health in some way, but both mental and physical. Oh, this is one of my mugs. I collect mugs. Y'all know that. Good morning, gorgeous. You got to tell yourself. Don't nobody else tell you you look all right. You better tell yourself. So I got some mugs that somebody has given me that says good morning. Okay. So, as I've told you all before, caffeine in the morning, actually in small amounts of caffeine, have been shown to increase your cardiovascular health. If you drink coffee before you work out, you get a metabolic boost, i.e. big medical school word for you work out better, and you burn more calories. And there is a study that shows, hi, Katie Patton, what's up? That shows actually that coffee drinkers live longer. I'm not talking about a caramel macchiato with 10,000 calories from my favorite place, Starbucks. I actually very rarely get coffee from Starbucks unless it's just regular. Every once in a while I'll treat myself. I get my green tea. But all the studies show that caffeine actually does have a positive impact on your health and your heart health. That's a little side tip. So again, and affirmations, which if you follow me, you know I'm always about trying to be positive, even when I'm feeling negative. So an affirmation, good morning, gorgeous, that lie to me every day. Say you cute somewhere to yourself, if nobody else. So having my coffee this morning. Hi, Gloria. So let's hit it. This is going to be an interesting Facebook Live, I think. So One of the things that I want to talk about, many of us are preparing for, and I apologize, I'm going back between two screens. Many of us are preparing for the holiday. I absolutely love Thanksgiving. Every family has a major holiday. In my family, Thanksgiving is my major holiday. Y'all tag your friends, tell them to come on, because this information may actually save your life. So it's the holiday, no matter what, with our other extended families, we all get together, my brothers and I, we get together on Thanksgiving. And so the tradition was that when I moved to Maryland over 20 some years ago, we would typically start having Thanksgiving at my house. Hi, Lexus Lachey Mason. And so we would typically have Thanksgiving at my house. And then over the years, we've gone back to North Carolina with illness in the family often, and parents that couldn't necessarily travel, we would go back. I would go back. But then I'd have a car full of pots and pans and my special spices because I'm the major cook. My mama, she is going to make, hey Lawrence, she is going to make her fried chicken wings, which are infamous, and her sakatimi cake and the crack cake that's notorious. But I do the primary cooking. And one thing, happy birthday to my nephew Christopherson, who is now over 20, actually 21 today. When he was a little knee baby, I'm from the South, so we know what a knee baby is. I started making him come in the kitchen to help me make breakfast, as well as to help me be my sous chef. Because his mama don't really cook, neither his daddy. It's Rod's son, so you know Rod lazy, he ain't doing that. But, so I taught him how to cook. He now is one of the major cooks for the family. But also it was a tradition of me and my nephew talking and bonding and cooking with Auntie. And you know, he makes great eggs now, and he's a good cook. And so even with my little nieces, if you follow me, I have little nieces. What's up, Lawrence? Little nieces that we set the menu last week. We talked about the menu, and I give them room to do their stuff. They want brownies. Now, we from the South. We don't eat no brownies on Thanksgiving. You have all them cakes, but we're going to have brownies this year because my baby niece, one of my namesakes, wants to make brownies, so we're going to make brownies, right? So how do you do it? But then my other niece, who's older, who I've taught Dayana how to cook, and we're in the kitchen and all that, she takes control. She will be the Sharon that takes his family forward. And so she was talking, and she actually wants to be a pediatrician and a chef. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. So we were talking about what, and she said, well, let's do Brussels sprouts. You did Brussels sprouts last year, and that was something new. Every year we try to bring in something new into the meal. And so this year we have some things I'm going to trick my family with, because if you follow me, you know I've been doing low carb, keto stuff, modified keto, and all of that. So we're going to have some zucchini squash. Now, if y'all ain't from the South, you don't know that you probably get stoned to death for talking about this zucchini right here, spaghetti. Y'all just think about it. But they in my house, and I can kick them out if I want to. So let's get started quickly, and I'm going to go a little serious. I am Dr. Sharon. I'm going to go a little serious first, and I have some notes. I'm waiting on my docs to chime in and tell me what we need to know, which the doctors want you to know. So now, when we're talking about Thanksgiving, we think about families getting together, but you also have to think about there are people that will spend the holiday alone, and it can be very sad. Or you're with family and you're not with family. To be very transparent, my first Thanksgiving without my father, I was very much removed. So I would cook, and I would retreat to my bedroom, have some tears, have a little vino on the side, and then come back out. And I actually left North Carolina the day after. It was very heartbreaking because, again, he always cut up my vegetables. He always was a taste tester. And so there are people going through. And so for anyone with recent deaths, it doesn't even have to be recent, also give time to know that there may be a grieving moment. And it's okay. It's okay that you're going to miss your loved ones. So, but one of the things that I want to talk about quickly is, and then we'll talk about how to make some better choices, is that there is an overall higher mortality rate at Thanksgiving, and our mortality rates and death rates spike at Thanksgiving. Did y'all know that? Yeah, they spike at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is also a deadly holiday. Why? Number one, car crashes. And number two, increased heart attacks. And so let me give you a little bit of statistics. Thanksgiving is a dangerous day. Somebody say dangerous day. Car accidents and heart events. And both of those are preventable. So the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says you must stay healthy and aware at Thanksgiving. Number one, we're going to have more people on the road. The latest data on driving accidents, and I encourage, Lawrence is online and other pastors will watch this and preachers will watch this. Y'all add this into a sermon, just tell people to stay safe. 764 crashes, according to the latest data, that ended in death occurred on Thanksgiving Day. And then of the crashes, the deaths of the people in the car were over 400. Now, as relates to Christmas, Christmas is actually lower. There were, comparatively speaking, about 100 less deaths at Christmas. Now, there were also over 50,000 crashes that didn't end in death. Hi, Linda. That didn't end in death at Thanksgiving last year. And so 50,000 non-fatal, over 700, almost 800 persons died in a motor vehicle accident on Thanksgiving. Okay? So how do you get around it? 40% of the passengers that died it was a drunk driving accident. There is absolutely no reason that you should drink and drive. You have Uber, you have Lyft, and you should have somebody that is a designated driver. And we kind of get things off. Just as a sidebar, if you are watching what you eat and dieting or have lost weight or whatever, you actually have a lower alcohol tolerance than you did before. And so, hi Labrina, hi Kimberly. And so it really, y'all tell your friends to join in. It really is, you have to be very careful with that. And let me just do a shout out, because there are some horrific accidents where parents are driving. One has had one too many drinks and the whole family is wiped out. Now, what happens if your kids are in your car and they die as a result of you having 2 glasses of wine and the guilt associated with that? So, number one, plan your travel and your route by checking the weather, road conditions, traffic. Don't go crazy at the airport, because it's not just motorists. Because, I mean, flying on Thanksgiving is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Oh, Lord. Leave early, and if necessary, just make sure, if it's necessary, leave early, but also allow time for you to get to your destination. Many people drive at night. If you're going to drive at night, that means you're going to need to sleep during the day, and you need to have more than one designated driver. Again, there's never any excuse to drink and drive. And remember, when you drive, that you're driving not only for yourself and your car, but for the crazy fool people that are around you, right? So you have to be alert. And if you have to stop, you're going to have to stop, okay? All right. So now, that is the driving part of the dangerous things associated with Thanksgiving. So highest holiday fatalities occur at Thanksgiving due to motor vehicle accidents. Over 50,000 crashes, but over nearly 800 deaths, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. And many of the deaths are drunk driving and no seat belts. Now, if you get your butt in a car, you need to put on a seat belt in the front seat and in the back seat. And your kids, if they're supposed to be in a car seat, right? I don't care if you got Shanae, Boo Boo, and all them, and y'all all tight, whatever. If your child's supposed to be in a seat, you need to put your child in a seat, or you stay home and eat some soup, right? It ain't that serious. I'm just saying. Okay, Dr. Sharon, keep it real. Okay, so you have to make sure that you also check your air pressure, all of that stuff. I don't really know nothing about how to keep a car safe. I just know you take it to the mechanic and do whatever. But 50,000 crashes and almost 800 deaths associated with your Thanksgiving holiday. And think about it. Think about the scarring that will occur if something bad happens on Thanksgiving. There's a death on Thanksgiving, right? So y'all just be careful. Seat belts, no drinking and driving, no driving sleep, have a designated driver, and take your time. That turkey will wait. Now, the other part is from a heart standpoint, We know that there are increased heart attacks and strokes. I don't have the data on strokes, but I'll tell you why. So doctors have chronicled a rise in heart attacks around all of the winter holidays, but particularly when we talk about the winter holidays, it's not just weather related. Because if you ain't worked out in 50,000 years and it snows, and then you want to go out and shovel your yard, the next person's yard, and all that, and you ain't really worked out, and the heart is going to be a stress test, you're going to be stressed. That may not end well for you, boo-boo. You may need to pay the little kid $20 and get on the treadmill. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. But the other part is there are 33 more heart attacks, 33% more heart attacks in the winter than in the summer. And it all begins at Thanksgiving. There's also the emotional and stress of Thanksgiving. I'm preparing, again, my family, the caravan coming up. I'll be telling some of my friends here, y'all can come over because Sharon is cooking like a crazy woman over the holidays. But the stress of doing all that and working and keeping it all together. Some family members that you don't like, that not me, because I love all my family members, near and far. But there's some family members that may stop over to get on your nerves. Them bad kids may be running around, break something in your house. I'm just saying. All of that is stressful. It's stressful. And so you need to make sure you balance. Make sure you understand. Ain't no big deal. We're going to make it through. All right. So now you also, when you travel, many people forget their pills and their medication. Pack them now. If you're traveling, pack now your pills and medication. We will have that nice new outfit we're going to wear because we know we're going to be on Facebook and taking pictures trying to show how glamorous and how bad our family, how wonderful our family is. But you may have a daggone stroke because you done left your blood pressure pills and you take 10 every day because your blood pressure out of control as you eat them chitlins. Okay, so pack your pills. Also, for our elderly, make sure that you ask them, do you have your medication? Show it to me. And then make sure that if you're hosting, that you have some, this is show and tell. This show and tell, that's why you got to tell your little people Dr. Sharon is on, because Dr. Sharon will do some show and tell. Let me tell you what you better get today. When you getting that turkey, boom, you may need some Miralax. Ain't none of these people paid me. All right? But you may need some Miralax or some fiber stuff to kind of help things move through because you know you're going to overeat. I'm just saying, and you need to make sure you're having plenty of vegetables and all of that, but you may need have some Miralax. If there's one relative, they're going to have one vegetable on their plate. And then make sure, the other part, I forgot to get it. In every bathroom in my house, I have the little no poop or the poop stuff. You spray in the toilet and the stuff don't stink. Yeah, you need that on your shopping list for Thanksgiving. Because if you have a high meal, the natural progression is from the mouth all the way out to the booty. And there are some households, I'm not going to talk about my household last year at Thanksgiving. I'm not going to talk about one of my brothers last year. I ain't going to talk about one of my brothers, Ray. I'm not going to talk about it. I ain't going to talk about it. That tore up a bathroom and we had to evacuate the whole floor. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about it. All right? So make sure you get the no poop stuff and the stuff, all that. Sidebar. Also, this is really clear. You need to make sure you talk to your doctor. Should you be taking a low-dose aspirin every day? If you have high risk for cardiovascular disease, well, you need a low-dose aspirin. But on a real tip, if someone in your household has, unfortunately, some signs or symptoms of a stroke or heart attack, and you call 911, often they will say, give them some aspirin. We know that aspirin, and then you would need full size, so you give them several aspirin, will decrease the fatality, the death, according to stroke, and you actually can do that according, right then, acutely before the ambulance comes. That will decrease your risk of some of the effects of the stroke and perhaps heart attack. But you should also just have aspirin in your cabinet. Now, your relatives, some of them get on your nerves. Get a little headache. All right? Especially if you ain't got no kids. and kids running around hollering, screaming, want to do stuff all the time. You know, I'm infamous for telling y'all I do the auntie timeout. My nieces and nephews from childhood know if Auntie Sharon says she did a timeout, they'll tell you, oh, she don't want to be bothered with us right now, but she'll come back and play in about 5 minutes. You can just time with Jesus or some wine or whatever. Time to get yourself together, come back. But, again, have some Tylenol around. You're going to need some Tylenol, especially if there are fevers and things. Tylenol is what you take for fever. Just sidebar. Tylenol is for fever and acute issues. And then you also should have ibuprofen or something in your medicine cabinet. Okay, but Tylenol is the fever reducer. It is, and then if you got some bad knees, some arthritis and whatever, and mama and grandmama and them are cooking, and you know they got rheumatoid and osteoarthritis and all of that, and you know only they can make, as my mama makes the sakatumi cake and the crack cake. That is, we call it the crack cake because it is addictive. I don't care what diet I'm on, you're going to eat the crack cake. That will be in Maryland in a few days. Then you need to make sure that you probably take some Aleve or some glucosamine chondroitin or something in the morning. And then one of the things that I've talked about on Facebook, the first thing you should do every morning before you do anything else is get a glass of water. Get some water and drink a full glass of water. That should be part of your routine because water is a natural lubrication for the body. Are y'all learning something? Thank you, our team. Are y'all learning something? But again, some Aleve, take 1 or 2 in the morning. That will help with joint pain, especially if you're doing stuff outside and all this. And this is a great day. You really don't want to be in pain. But the truth is, especially, I'm a Southern girl, so I know I'm going to be cooking, and I don't like leftovers. So I cook, the majority of my meal will be cooked on Thanksgiving morning or the night before. My turkey will be brined 48 hours. See, I'm telling y'all some of my secrets. I brine the turkey for 48 hours. My turkey fall off the bone. Boom. But guess what? Brine is a high salt content. Brine is a salt content. You brine, and that is a bath, right, of salt and herbs. When you put your turkey in brine, that's how you don't get dry turkey. Because wherever salt goes, water follows and moisture follows. This is a tip from Dr. Sharon on how to cook a turkey. Right? So I never cook a turkey I don't brine, and I try to brine it for 48 hours. The first time I ever brined a turkey, my father said, oh, this turkey good. This is the best turkey I had in 60-something years. I brined it. And then you take it out, and now key point is if you brine a turkey, don't put more salt on it. Right? So now when you season it with Italian herbs and those things, and it's okay to use butter. Butter is okay. You season it, all that, and roast your turkey. I am looking for a good turkey fryer in Maryland. Somebody tell me where. I'm sorry. We're going to have 2 types of turkeys perhaps. But so just make sure, and now I got to put a foot in salt. If you are particularly African American in this country, 9 times out of 10, if you have 5 people coming to your house for dinner and they are over age 25, 9 times out of 10, if you got 5 people coming to your house, 4 of them have high blood pressure. Okay? So let's not get crazy with the iodine, salt, and stuff in all this food, and you're just going to indulge like crazy. Because it ain't, I don't care how good my chitlins are, and they are. The gourmet chitlins will be out. I cook them once a year. My brother Rod will protest if I don't, so blame him. But I don't use salt. Use natural herbs and spices and other dried herbs because it actually tastes better. Yes, you can use a little salt, but use a kosher salt, all right? Use a kosher salt. I'm really serious. And plus, don't salt to your taste. Have some salt if you need it, kosher salt. And most people will like sit down and start salting. You ain't even tasted the food. For me, it's an insult. If you got to put salt on my food, I ain't done something right. My collard greens don't need vinegar, don't need anything else. They are just, you just pick up the fork. That's my role in my famous collard greens. That's it. Don't nobody in my family make collard greens but me. And I use a lot of onion, a lot of garlic, a little bit of ginger, and an old lady that was 90-some years old taught me in Greenville, North Carolina, how to make a collard. Well, actually, she was in Wilson. My friend Val Wilson's mama, she puts a little jalapeno in the greens. That's it. Also, the other key is cooking in chicken broth. Don't use water. I very seldomly use water. I'm giving y'all Chef Sharon stuff. I don't use water in my collard greens, and in most of my vegetables, I use a no-salt chicken stock. because that gives you flavor, and you don't now have to use salt. Got it? That's it. That's a tip. Okay, so now as we transition to, yes, it is a meal, and I'm not going to dog you out, and I have doctors that are chiming in. So as we begin our Thanksgiving meal, my brother Daryl and I have a tradition. My other family a little lazy. Rod, my other family a little lazy. Daryl is the workout king. So several years ago, we started working out. Now, I'd be up all night cooking, so I wait for him to wake up early. And he will work out early. So we will work out early Thanksgiving and do a little extra because you know you're going to eat more. You just know it. The snacks, the food, and all that other stuff, you're going to eat more. So work out, get your workout in. Do something outside with the family. Have these little kids running around doing something. The other thing that we do in my household is a tradition I started with my little nieces, and two of my nieces are, I'm Sharon Denise, and they are Dayana is the oldest, but then there's also Dayla Denise and Kristen Denise, my two little namesakes. We do a dance, and our dance goes on before the football game because we watch the football game, the Cowboys, the nation's best football team, not by a record. This year we have a little difficulty, but the nation's football team, we watch the game. But what we do is we choreograph a routine. So if they get here Wednesday, we'll start the choreography, we'll have our moves and all that, but we'll practice several times. So that's also auntie and niece bonding, but it also is physical activity. Got it? Okay. They love it. They plan for it. I love it. All of that. And they are now my sous chefs. So I am teaching them to cook. So from the ones that just turned 9 last week to my niece is now 13 or 12 or 13, she knows how to cook. She takes part of the lead. These are family traditions, but they're family traditions that even now I'm saying cut up the basil. Let's tear the cilantro. No, we don't use salt. All of that stuff, because now when I'm old and gray, you know, because I'm just 35 now, when I'm old and gray and they're making meals for me, we will have a new tradition. The other tradition that we're starting this year, y'all got this with the food, is I am not going to ever not make chitlins at Thanksgiving. I'm not. I'm going to make my gourmet chitlins. They're fabulous, right? But, somebody say but. I also am going to make a big salad now. I started that a couple years ago, and I'm bossy, so I almost mandate that everybody put the salad on their plate. I almost mandated, you're going to put salad, I don't care if you eat it, and I'm going to have low-fat salad dressing. So I'm not giving you, especially you come to my house, you're not getting chitlins, turkey, my mama's fried chicken wings, and then you don't have any vegetables. No, this is the police right here, because I don't have time for nobody to clock out right now. I told my mama even, you need to start exercising all that, because if something happened, I'm going to have to put you on ice for about 6 months, because I'm busy. That's a joke. But, you know what I'm saying. So now, that is a joke. Don't send me no inbox. Because my mama got her own fan club. Don't send me no inbox. But, and she's very healthy. But, it is also, let's get some roughage. And although I cook collard greens, and I do put some turkey in the smoked turkey in the collard greens, you don't need ham hocks in the collard greens, my southern brothers and sisters. You don't need that. Yeah, I mean, it gets too much. You have more meat in the greens than you do greens. What? So, the other thing that we're doing is make sure that you have more green food and vegetables than you do meats. I'm from the South, so yes, we have turkey. We usually have ham or another pork. We have chicken. We have all that. May do a little bit. Let's par that down. All right? Let's calm down. You cannot have more meats on your table than you do veggies. So last year, again, I cooked Brussels sprouts for the first time. Now, many of us in the North, and we call Maryland the North, even though Maryland is typically South, but don't find it odd to have Brussels sprouts, right? Lawrence, come on, girl, boy, you ain't had a chitlin until you had my chitlin. I'm just telling you, Lawrence. Brussels sprouts. So I introduced Brussels sprouts last year. My family was like, what's this? And I put a little bacon on it to help ease the pain. But then they loved it. This year, they're going to get some surprises. they're going to have some zucchini squash, because I've been in the zucchini squash. That's going to be one of the side dishes instead of a pasta. And then they're going to have, I'm really thinking about switching out the mashed potatoes. I'm praying about this. Y'all help me pray about this, because my family, I may be banned from the family, because I'm thinking about cauliflower mashed potatoes versus mashed potatoes, and don't tell them. See, if I don't tell them and I put the right butter in it and the right mix and all that, I will, Labrina, great. I will do that. But don't tell them, because they may revolt and go back to North Carolina. But those little bitty changes, or have alternatives. One of my sister-in-laws is very, very, very healthy. So we make sure, and she's great. She's going to eat everything in proportion, but her plate is mostly vegetables. That's why she got a size full, and the rest of us are double digits. I'm just saying. But if she has cake, she has it, but she has a slant, and she has the things that she loves. She's a great role model for her kids. She also is going to drink water versus the iced tea, and you don't get sweet tea at my house. They complain, I don't care. You at my house, I don't do no sweet tea. Ain't nobody doing sweet tea. That's it. We ain't doing that. Now, you can put Splenda or sugar in your tea if that's what you want, but in Sharon, Allison, Audie's house, ain't no sweet tea with no 500 calories a glass coming in, and I'm a Southern girl. All right, so balance, 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 and again, mandatory. I think this year I'm going to make it mandatory that everybody drink water in front of my face before they start. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write that down. Now, other things, have more veggies and have balance. Decrease your carbohydrates. You really don't need rice with gravy, mashed potatoes, yams, sweet. You don't need all that foolishness. Just choose. And plus, some of you people that bring stuff over, they can't cook no way, and you don't really want it anyway. So auntie's baked beans that are nasty and out the can, you don't really want that. Just tell them no thank you. God just want to bless you and let you cook. I'm a cook. Don't bring nothing, right? And the other thing, let me just hit the desserts. You should not have 15 cakes. Now, my Aunt Lobel make the best sweet potato pie in the world. They will be traveling up from North Carolina, and we typically fight over them. And this year, she has said that she is making the sweet potato pies for Sharon. She will send up 4, and I'm sorry to my brothers who will be angry. We probably going to cut one. And I'm probably hide the others, because it is the best sweet potato pie in the world. It is. Patty ain't got nothing on my aunt, nothing. So, and then I'll just do treadmill and all that for a long time, forever, because that pie is ridiculous. But you actually don't need, if you have 5 people coming for dinner, you should not have more dessert at your dinner table than you do people. You see what I'm saying? So we had to have sakatimi cake, gotta have crack cake, gotta have sweet potato pie, gotta have pumpkin pie, gotta have sweet potato yams. Yams are dessert if you put maple syrup, nuts, and all that stuff. Don't be counting that has no carbohydrate. That is not a potato. That ain't. If you put all that stuff on it, you are making a yam casserole, and that's what it is. All that sugar, all that syrup, that's a dessert. And then you got to have ice cream to go with the apple pie. Then you got to have to have whipped cream to go on top of the ice cream to go with the apple. But that's why because then you eat 10,000 calories on Thanksgiving, and then you have leftovers for 5 days. And it really is key. I'm trying to be funny. Number 1, have a wonderful meal with your family. Some of the best times and memories. Laughter is good medicine. You're going to get mad with somebody. So make sure you laugh and kind of, have time to walk outside if somebody really get mad at you. All of that. But also just be cognizant and make sure you temper yourself. My family is going to get here later than usual. So I am going to have a later Thanksgiving meal, and we're going to do brunch for those that do make it in time, right? So I am going to do a brunch, but my brunch is going to be heavy fruits, eggs, which if you follow me, you know I eat an egg every day, especially when I'm trying to live right. Egg every day with some egg beaters, because that will help you with maintain your weight and actually lose weight. And have the water, all of that. So for every soda that you may have, and I actually say don't even put soda in the house. Cheerwine will be coming from North Carolina just because, But it's memory. But your teas, your coffee, your water, your lemon water, or do a bunch of vegetables in water. A bunch of fruits and water and making infused water, those things. You don't know what you don't like till you don't like it. My family used to say all the time they don't like lamb. My daddy was infamous. I don't like lamb. I don't like lamb. They came up here one time, I made lamb. And I'm infamous for my leg of lamb. That's a 72-hour period. So I made lamb chops. So they were eating lamb chops and something else. And they were like, oh, this is good. This is some good steak. I'm from North Carolina. You know, I ain't grew up with lamb chops. I'm sorry. I said, you eating lamb. And then my brother started singing, Mary Had a Little Lamb. You know, Rod crazy. But they didn't know they liked it until I cooked it. Hi, Damon. Hi, Sorverstein. But all of those things, right? And Damon, you've had my mama's fried chicken wings. They coming up, honey. They coming. They come. Mama coming. She frying the chicken. So all of those things, you just do in balance. And make sure that Thanksgiving is a time for family and friends. And if you're by yourself at Thanksgiving and you've had a major loss, right? Just also know you're going to need time to adjust. If you're in the middle, you need the Damon, she coming, honey. She coming and frying up. I got to go buy all the chicken wings I can. Because my friends are like, oh, mama coming and she frying chicken wings. We going to stop by. But on a serious note, and to be transparent, again, this is a difficult holiday often. And at some time over the weekend, I'll look around and realize that there's one person missing that's been there all my life. They used to cut up all the vegetables. And there'll be a tear shed, and I'll miss my father. But you know what? These traditions keep us going. And to see the younger generation and to see the time or whatever. And now, the other part is I want you to have a conversation this year at Thanksgiving. I want you to have a conversation about, hey, what runs in our family? You know, I say this in talks all over the country. What runs in families? What did Auntie die of? What kind of cancer was that? Who had a stroke this year? Well, why? All of those things. Because this is a time that we're together, whether it's Christmas or Thanksgiving. And actually, we're all on Facebook. You can create a Facebook page for your family that's private and ask everybody to put in what they know about your family history. It's important because as my doctors are saying, one doctor is saying that Thanksgiving is a wonderful time to be reminded of just the beauty of life and of traditions, but also talk about prevention. Talk about, yes, sis, how you're cooking with your sister-in-law. Have you gotten your mammogram? Are you doing your breast exam? As you're talking to your brothers, what's up with the prostate? What's up with the cholesterol? Those kind of things. It really is important. So yes, enjoy your meal. Enjoy your time with family. Laugh, have fun, get mad, get happy, get sad, watch the football game, sleep it off, all of that. My family will be all over this house, all over with everything. You sleep on the floor, you sleep on the ceiling, I don't care, whatever. But it's so important to create these memories. And it's also important to remember from whence you came. Many of you are very successful persons. I always stress, and I'm just a nappy-headed girl, particularly today, from North Carolina, because that's a part of me and it's so very important. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I don't care if you come from the projects, you know, and maybe in the project have one chicken leg. It does not matter. None of the money stuff matters. None of the title. Y'all know that, right? It really does matter at the end of the day when you take your last breath. Did you make somebody else's life better? Did somebody else make your life better? And whether you live for a day or 50 years, how are you every day trying to be better than you were before? And Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks to God, to your family, to the Creator, not just for the easy parts. All of us have struggles. Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks even for the hard parts. And there are people right now dealing with diagnoses that are overwhelming. Grief, loss, financial issues, all of that. And they're going to have a happy face. I told you I don't believe social media. I see some people post and I know they're going through and it's like they, you know, living on. That's fine. You don't have to air your public stuff. But also just know that no matter what struggle you're in, every day you can take a breath. is another opportunity for a turnaround. So it really is important during this Thanksgiving holiday. You know, many people are single that want to be married. There are married people that want to be single. You're in the middle of a divorce. You're in the middle of a separate. Your kids acting crazy, whatever. Just be thankful that you have another opportunity here above ground to be better. And one of my Sora's and dear friends, who is also a podiatrist, one of the baddest podiatrists in the country, go see Dr. Labrina. And Labrina, please put your office number here. She's in DC to take care of them feet. But she talked about gout. Now remember, if you have gout, which is a form of gouty arthritis, eating at Thanksgiving is going to be difficult, because if you eat high meats and a lot of red meats and all that, you will have a gout flare, right? So you have to be very careful. They're called the purines. You want to make sure that you have a low purine diet. And also know that for the people in your house that are coming to visit, if they have dietary restrictions, that you have some alterations in the food. But yes, Thanksgiving is notorious for persons, number one, being diagnosed with gout. So all of a sudden your big toe hurt really bad, and you don't know why. It's because crystals basically have formed in your body, in your toe or a major joint, and they are crystals that are direct result of how you are breaking down food, and that really is gout. Or you have gout and you don't take the medication that you need to in case of a flare. And more importantly, gout is managed primarily through your diet. So you cannot, I don't care if there's a steak roast or whatever, and you can have a little slither, but you can't eat all that, because you're going to be in the bed with a hurt toe. So any other questions from you all? Flu shots. Oh, let me tell you the other thing you got to have. Number one, have lots of hand sanitizer around. District Podiatry, 202-388-5303 is Dr. Labrina Hatter Bryant. She is one of the best. Y'all know I don't really do any endorsements, but that's my girl. And she is one of the best in a wonderful bedside manner. Make sure you have lots of hand sanitizer. So when you're buying your turkey today or buying your whatever, get hand sanitizers all over. If you are traveling somewhere, have them in your purse. All that. Make sure you pray over your food, because everybody ain't as clean as you are. I'm just saying. Plus, these little children with runny nose, whatever, they all need to be fixing their plate, because then they at ground level, coughing over the food. And a little spit will come out, and then they got a little cold, and that's nasty, honey. And wash your hands. The other things at restaurants, you understand that at restaurants you can't go back to the buffet with the same plate. You understand that? Yeah, why are you doing that at your house? I'm just saying. So if you have a buffet meal, you need to have several plates for people. I don't care. I mess a whole lot of dishes up, because I'm going to tell you one thing. If I cook it, I ain't clean it. So my sister-in-laws that don't cook, they clean everything. My house is sparkling, because I tell you, if I cook it, I ain't cleaning it. But so I have a lot of plates. Okay? So those are my big major Thanksgiving tips. Number one, just to recap, Thanksgiving is one of the deadliest holidays that there is for motor vehicle accidents. Over 50,000 motor vehicle accidents and crashes every year at Thanksgiving, and over about 800 deaths, 764 deaths according to the latest data on Thanksgiving. Why? Drunk drivers and not wearing seatbelts. Also tired drivers. So make sure you check all the boxes there. And it ain't that deep. It ain't too bad if you get there an hour late. It's all right. The microwave works. The oven still works, right? The other part is cardiovascular events. Big word for the medical school word for heart attack and strokes spike up, because your food self know you got heart disease. You eat so much cholesterol, you eat so much salt, that the heart says, okay, you want to try me? I'm going to try you on Thanksgiving. Boom! This vessel going to close off right now, and you having a heart attack with that turkey wing in your hand. All right? So again, no salt. Salt should not be on your table. I've told you, as it relates to African Americans, salt is deadly to us. There should not be salt on your table. If somebody feels like they need salt, they should have to get up and go find the salt. And even for the cooks out there, use kosher salts. But more importantly than even using salt, use natural herbs, natural ingredients. I really hope that y'all have learned something. You got to go to the grocery store today, get mad at people. all of that. Make sure that you use good hygiene in cooking. Salmonella poisoning is high at Thanksgiving with all this raw chicken, raw meat all on the countertop. You ain't washing the countertop down. Then you're going to serve a nice plate of salmonella to your family. Everybody be in the bathroom, you mad because you got to call a plumber because the stuff done backed up. I told y'all to get the no poop spray that you spray all in the toilet so you don't have to smell all that. Aleve, particularly for arthritis and pain. Remember that Aleve does not work acutely. It's meant to be all day. So if you have a horrible shoulder pain, you need ibuprofen versus Aleve, which is naproxen, basically the same family. Tylenol and it can be the CVS brand as long as it's acetaminophen. Get what's on sale. Make sure that you have that if you have people coming over, particularly Tylenol for headaches, because you know your cousin twice removed getting ready to get on your nerves and you're going to get a headache. You just know it. All right, you know it. So just like you'll have a glass of wine somewhere in the corner, prep yourself, get some Tylenol. You know you're going to have a headache because they're going to get on your nerves, okay? Plus some screaming kids. I'm just saying. All right, and then Bayer. Many of us should be taking a low-dose Bayer aspirin. Make sure that you pack your medication. If you're traveling with the elderly, make sure that they've had their flu shot. Make sure that they have their medication and look at it. Say, Mama, I need your medication. Show it to me. So that you're not running around trying to get a doctor who's trying to get one day off. You trying to get them to call in something in another state because grandma done left her stuff. And then Miralax or some fiber, because you know you're not going to have enough fiber. You ain't going to eat all the fiber you need to, and then you be all messed up Thanksgiving night because you backed up because your butt ate too many cakes and pies. So this is my pre-Thanksgiving health tips. This has gone longer than it needs to go, but I hope y'all learned something. I ain't going to answer the rest of the questions. Oh, if you're a diabetic, this is key. Diabetes often has a spike after Thanksgiving. You check your blood sugar in the morning, watch your intake, and again, you know that your major meal is going to be your Thanksgiving meal. You know that. So scale back in the morning. Do eat breakfast. Do eat lunch, but scale back because you know that you are going to, and then you can't eat 10 of the cakes. And actually, it's cruel if you have a diabetic in your family that you want to tempt them with banana pudding, sakatimi cake, red velvet, all that. Just you being cruel now. All right? So hide some stuff for them diabetics. All right? I hope that helped. I will repost it. Talked about safety, talked about wellness, and then do take time for yourself to sit in a corner Thanksgiving morning and give thanks to God for your life, whatever it is, as difficult it is for people that are in your life that you love. For those you don't like so much, it's all right. Thank God for them. That's your struggle. But for whatever your circumstance is, it really is important to thank God that you have another day above ground. I'll be cooking. I'll probably be posting and all of that on Thanksgiving. And I'm very happy to be surrounded by the family that is left. In a few years, other family won't be here. I may not be here, but these memories that you make now last a lifetime. Thank y'all for watching. Do share it on your page. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out. Happy Thanksgiving early. I'm going to the grocery store to fight these people. I mean to fight the people. Bye-bye.